Hello bellezas, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, just welcome. Hi, my name is Brenda. I do mostly paranormal videos here on my channel, so if that is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing down below. Also turn on your post notifications so you do not miss when I post another video like this one. Now with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright you guys, as you guys can tell by the title, today I am going to be talking to you guys about some potentially haunted locations in Mexico City, aka La Ciudad de Mexico. And La Ciudad de Mexico has a lot of haunted locations. Whenever I look any of them up, it's usually always going to be La Ciudad de Mexico. Of course, all over Mexico there are haunted locations, but yeah, so I have my laptop pulled up in front of me and I am going to be reading off of some of these haunted locations that they have on this website, and then I will be including pictures, any videos that I find, and so on and so forth. And as always, just let me know what you guys think about this format of video. If you guys don't mind me reading off of something, it will make my life a lot easier, because a lot of the time I do not have time to do research. I have a lot going on throughout the entire week that I can't always fit in research into my schedule, you know, along with everything else that I need to do. But yeah, I think some of these I have already shared with you guys, like in my last video that I did of this, like Mexico City International Airport. You guys know that there's a lot of activity that goes on in that location. And yeah, so now let me see what else I can find for you guys. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to tell you guys about is Casa de los Condes de la Torre Cosio y de la Cortina. Oh, that's a mouthful. This one is the House of the Count de la Torre y la Cortina. They just barely even translated it, which is a historic center of Mexico City. It's a colonial mansion which during the 1630s, a spree killer named Juan Manuel de Solorzano lived there. Believing his wife was capable of cheating on him, he killed several men, simply because they walked outside to his house. Juan Manuel would ask them the time. If they responded 11 p.m. or showed anxiety, he would stab them. Oh, look at that. He was executed in 1641, and the legend says that a man with 1600s era clothing wanders in and around the house, sometimes asking bystanders for the time, and soon after doing so, disappearing. Ew, that's so creepy. I don't like that, but imagine being that freaking petty. Like, girl. Okay. There's a clicking noise somewhere that I can't identify, but hopefully you guys don't like pick it up. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, the next one is Instituto Cultural La Moira, or Cultural Institute La Moira, in San Miguel, Chapultepec, Miguel Hidalgo, DF. Oh my god, there's so many words. According to the legend, this house is haunted by several paranormal entities. The most active is a young man named Marcos, who died under mysterious circumstances during the 1960s. Allegedly, when he was an 8-year-old boy who entered the building, at this time abandoned, he saw an apparition, a man hanged in one of the rooms. 10 years later, 10 years after the incident, he hanged himself in the same room in an apparent suicide. Several spiritism sessions have been done in the site since. The paranormal phenomena reported in the house includes shadows, strange sounds, orbs, objects moving by themselves. Some people say that they have had visions and demonic possessions. According to some parapsychologists, this house is the most haunted in Mexico. I feel like oh yeah, this is just like Casa Moira. I have covered this before. If you guys have not seen some of the other videos of haunted locations, I will leave a playlist linked, as well as at the end of the credits, or not the credits, the end title. I have covered this. I didn't even realize that was the name of, or I didn't even recognize the name of it. Okay, the next one is La Malinche's house in Culiacán, Mexico City. It is a Victorian century mansion that is reputed to be haunted by several ghosts, principally the ghost of La Malinche. And I didn't really know who La Malinche was until I went and looked it up. But she was a Nahua woman from the Mexican Gulf Coast who became known for contributing to the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire by acting as an interpreter, advisor, and intermediary, I don't know how to say that word, for the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés. She was one of the 20 enslaved women given to the Spaniards in 1519 by the natives of Tabasco. Cortés chose her as a consort, and she later gave birth to his first son, Martin, one of the first mestizos people of mixed European and indigenous ancestry. So yeah, she doesn't have the best reputation, and it's like a mixed vibe for her. Like, either people like root for her, or they're like, no, you're a traitor. Basically that type of thing. But apparently she haunts the Malinche house. Okay, this Mexico City Metro. I have covered one thing from Mexico City Metro, and it was one of the videos that I have already done, where it's like about a smiling woman who appears in the metro. Like, people will see her and she's got this like really creepy smile. They'll see her in like one of the trains, or they'll see her sitting by herself or something like that. And I have covered that one story from Metro, but apparently there's a lot of other things that happen there. And it says, open to the public in 1969, several entities haunt its installations, mainly people who committed suicide. According to the legend, the Tasqueña station is one of the most haunted places in the train web. Supposedly, an old man appears at night to make company to lonely passengers. The man was murdered while sitting alone during an assault, and for this reason he wants to protect other people. Oh, that's sweet. Other haunted stations are the Pino Suarez station, where an old employee named Victor Castilla Platano died on site in 1989 and apparently doesn't know that he has been dead. There have also been reports of an ancient Aztec man who cries because of the Spanish conquest. And also the Panteones station, where the people say that they can hear knocks in the tunnel walls that connect this station and the next, and shadow lumps a few feet ahead that disappear as they get close. The paranormal activities in this place are attributed to its proximity to two old graveyards, the Spanish and the British graveyards. The airport station, where a little girl appears to be playing with her own decapitated head, and the Viaducto station, where in 1975 the worst subway accident in Mexico City's history occurred, with at least 31 deaths. Supposedly since then, a ghost train walks from Allende station to Zocalo station, the same route as the ill-fated train. Why did they put a ghost train walks? Thought they made runs. It runs through those stations. That is so scary and so tragic. I need to look a little bit more into that accident, and I'll be obviously inserting clips and pictures and so on. But yeah, there's a lot of activity in the metro station. How people still continue riding it is beyond me, but I mean, you know, when you gotta get places, you gotta get places, you know? Okay, the next one is El Palacio de Lecumberri in Venustiano Carranza, Mexico City. Sorry, I don't know a lot of these locations, so I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing them right, and I have like a hard time pronouncing them. I'm sorry. It says, built in the 1900s, it served as a prison for 76 years. Supposedly, several entities live in the building, but two are the most active. The first is a male spirit which wanders throughout the building wanting to interact with people. Reportedly, he would say, quote, "My name's Jacinto," or, quote, "Again, Amelia didn't come here," and disappear. The second is also a male spirit dressed in a black charro costume, who is especially aggressive and has appeared before many people. Oh, what is he doing being aggressive about in a freaking building or in a prison? Like, what's his business there being dressed up as a charro? That's really interesting. I had never heard of that one. The next place is Panteón de San Isidro in Azcapotzalco. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that. Azcapotzalco, Mexico City. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. It is a cemetery exclusive for children. According to the legends, several entities appear on the site, but two are the most active. The first is a little girl named Nani. She appears in a street next to the cemetery, causing car accidents because she often distracts the drivers. Oh my god. The second is a boy named David, who often interacts with people, and that's all they have on David. He just wanders around, he talks to people, he's like, hey. That's basically it. Okay, the next place that we'll be talking about is Plaza de las Tres Culturas. The history of this place dated to before the 15th century. In this time, several tragic events happened in this place. In pre-Columbian era, it is the most important market in Mesoamerica, but was also a public execution place. During Spanish conquest of Mexico, several indigenous Mexicans were mass murdered here, resulting in 4,000 deaths on August 13, 1521. Contemporary bloody events such as the Tlatelolco massacre, I don't think I said that right, in 1968, and the Nuevo León building collapsed during 1985 Mexico City earthquake, with at least 400 fatality victims also occurred here. Stories of ghosts in this place are told from Aztec times. The paranormal phenomena reported here are sounds of children playing, the 1968 massacre sounds, and shadows moving from Foreign Relations building to the church. That is so creepy. Oh my god. I don't know about this building either, but I can just imagine from all of the fatalities that happen here, including like the most recent one with the earthquake and everything. That's so sad. I can understand why spirits would linger here. You know, it's probably people of all ages that passed away in this location too. That is super sad. I'm gonna just talk to you guys about just two more of these and then we'll wrap it up. And I know this next one that I'm going to talk about has been overshared. Everybody and their mom knows about it, but it is still very intriguing, so I'm still going to include it in here. But this is swamp south of Mexico City, aka the island of the dolls, aka La Isla de Muecas, or whatever you want to call it. The island of dolls is rumored to be one of the most haunted sites in Mexico. Don Julian Santana was a man who lived as a hermit on this island for over 50 years, where he is believed to have lost his mind. The tragic accident of a girl who drowned on the island while visiting caused further madness in Julian. The island was turned into a shrine for that little girl. Dolls hang in the trees and the house. Each of the dolls is believed to be fused with the energy of the little girl. Candles, hard candy, and dolls are occasionally brought as offerings to appease the spirit. The dolls are said to move, beckon, and speak to those who come. The man's spectre also roams this place. Orbs, loud sounds, and reports of doll eyes opening abound. And also, the one thing that doesn't mention here is that people think that Julian, died in the same way as a little girl by drowning in that island. Like he probably like fell and then he couldn't get back on. Maybe he is like too old to get himself out and like put in all of that effort to get out of the water, and he drowned. But I don't know if that's true or not. It didn't say on here how he passed away. It just says that his spirit now lingers in the island as well, along with the spirit of the little girl, which is creepy as hell. And as I've said a million times before on this channel, I hate dolls. I don't like them. They creep me out. And even though they don't do anything, they don't have to, okay? They're just existing and they freak me out, and I don't like them. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for that one. And then the only other one that I'm gonna read on here is the XEWAM radio station in Coyoacan, Mexico City. I guess in Spanish it would be XEWAM station. That's kind of catchy. It says, allegedly, it is haunted by several ghosts that include the spirits of Agustin Lara, Pedro Infante, Jorge Negrete, and Alfonso Ortiz Tirado. The paranormal phenomena reported here are voices, objects moving by themselves, and even the music of Agustin Lara's piano or his singing. Also Negrete, Infante, or Ortiz singing. That is creepy. Why would they be here? I guess they still want to keep the party going, and they want to keep putting their music out there even in the afterlife, which is kind of a nice thing to think about. But I think that is going to wrap it up for the haunted locations in La Ciudad de Mexico. I hope you guys enjoyed this format. As I said in the last video, that I sort of did like this. I hope you guys don't mind me reading off of stuff and so on. And yeah, before I do end today's video, the comment shout out goes to this person right here. Thank you so much for leaving a nice comment. As always, I really do appreciate it, and it makes my day. And if you want to be the next comment shout out, all you have to do is leave me a nice comment down below, and that's it. Now, with all of that being said, you guys, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. Bye bye.